How you doing today? Welcome back to American Made. This is your host Manny. I want to talk today about immigration. And before I get started, I want to let everybody know I don't have a problem with immigration. I think immigration is a great thing. My family came from Cuba many, many years ago, so I have nothing against immigration. But what I want to talk about is our immigration policy now. It basically sucks. I mean, they're just letting everybody in. You can just come from anywhere, walk through the borders, about who you are, Mexican, Venezuelan, uh, Middle Eastern. It doesn't really matter. They're all coming in. And the reason I'm making this video is I saw something on the news the other day that really concerned me. There was a family of Venezuelans or um, multiple Venezuelan families that want to actually go back to Venezuela. And that is very concerning. I mean, if you got into this country and you're here already and you actually want to go back to Venezuela, it's got to be really bad. I mean, it says a lot about the state of this country right now that you'd rather go back to Venezuela and go through that mess than to stay here. That's very, very concerning. One thing I've realized over the last few years and learned about immigration is that when you let people in immoderately, it gives them a chance to assimilate into society, get housing, get jobs, you know, get everything together. And the problem is right now is that you're letting millions of people in, and there's just not enough jobs. There's just not enough housing. There's not enough anything. There's not enough food. All these people are laying around the streets, with nothing to do. And basically the taxpayers are paying for it, and it's bringing a lot of crime and a lot of other problems, with sanitation and everything. I mean, I haven't been to New York or Chicago lately, but from what I've seen on the news, whether it's fake news or not, the photos are undeniable. It's just a mess, and there has to be something done. I mean, we can't just let all these people stay here and suffer and sit around doing nothing. I mean, we have to shut the borders. And I am not a immigration specialist by any means. I'm just a Joe Schmo here, American that has a few thoughts, and I'm pretty frustrated with everything that's going on with immigration. Particularly. I mean, one thing about being a country is you have your borders, and not anybody just come in as they want. I mean, if I was to go to Mexico without any paperwork and say, "Hey, guess what? I'm here. Let me in." Guess what? I'll be thrown in jail or any other country. I mean, I don't think crossing into Canada is not easy, but to come into this country is like, "Hey, welcome. Just come on in." And I just see it as a major problem, and something needs to be done. I mean, amongst other problems, immigration is huge. It's a big deal, and it's very frustrating to see how nothing is being done. They turn a blind eye to it, and as Americans, we need to not turn a blind eye to it. We have to make our voices heard, and if we don't, it's going to be a real problem. It's already a real problem, and it just hurts me to see what's going on to Americans, what's going on to people trying to become Americans, and it's just disheartening and sad. And those are my thoughts, and I hope people agree with me and make their voices heard. So thanks again for listening, and I'll be back with something else another day. But thanks again. Okay, and have a great day.